Man, what a wild week for the Raiders. Another heartbreaking loss, once again slipping away at the very end. The pressure is already mounting on the quarterback, with fans and even the locker room wondering if he can hold up. And in the middle of it all, Ashton Jeanty delivered a monster performance that still got overshadowed by the result. And Raider Nation's voice louder than ever. Just wait and see. But before we break down all these stories, let me ask you real quick. Hit that subscribe button. It's free, it costs nothing, and it really helps keep this fan-driven breakdown rolling. Smash that like too, because it tells YouTube to share this with more members of Raider Nation everywhere. And drop a comment, because this space is ours, collective and real. What a brutal night in Vegas. Once again, feeling that sting of a game slipping away. And worse, it happened at home against an opponent the Raiders had every chance to beat. Honestly, this was the kind of game they had to win to breathe, stop the losing streak, and prove they still had life. But the script turned into one of those painful ones that stick in your memory. Right from the opening drive, it felt like deja vu. Geno Smith forced a ball to Jacoby Myers, didn't see the safety, and boom, interception. Raider Nation groaned, not again. At least the defense stepped up, holding Chicago to a field goal and then putting on a show when Max Crosby tipped and snagged an interception. The man isn't just a pass rusher. He's the heart and soul of this team. That spark gave the offense life. They finally hit the end zone, and for a moment it looked like things might settle down. But consistency? Gone. Another interception from Geno in the first half shattered momentum and piled the pressure on Pete Carroll's sideline. What should have been a turnaround just became nerves. The second half felt like a rerun. Pick number 3. This time the Bears punished the turnover with a touchdown and Allegiant Stadium went quiet, fans checking the clock with dread. Then the run game lit up, drives strung together, touchdown, and hope flickered again. Raider Nation actually believed for a moment. But you can't carry a team forever. Chicago's final drive ended in a touchdown that swung the lead. Carlson lined up for the game winner, the chance to flip the script, and it was blocked. Raiders lose 25-24, a gut punch, a nightmare ending. And let me be straight, this team can't live off defensive grit and flashes of offense anymore. Raider Nation deserves more than always losing by a hair. And hold on, because the heat on Geno Smith is boiling over, and Pete Carroll's response only turned it up. If the loss hurt, the postgame chatter poured gasoline on the fire. Because let's be real, everyone in Raider Nation is asking the same thing. How long can Geno Smith keep this job? The man leads the league in interceptions, 3 more against the Bears, 7 already this season, and that's after signing a massive deal, $37.5 million a year. That's way too much money for this many turnovers. And when Carroll was asked about benching Geno for Kenny Pickett, his answer was one word: no. That's it. No, we'll evaluate. No, depends on the situation. Just no. Fans were left wondering if it's blind faith or stubbornness, and I gotta admit, it doesn't sit right. Carroll always preaches competition at every position, but Geno looks untouchable while dragging the team down. To be fair, I get that switching quarterbacks mid-game isn't easy, but at some point you can't keep pretending everything's fine. The Raiders traded for Pickett, used draft capital, brought him in. The fans want to see him. He's not a miracle fix, but maybe he protects the football better than Geno, and that might be enough. The defense played lights out, Crosby a beast again, the run game finally clicked, Ashton Jeanty exploded, and still, it was wasted. Carroll himself admitted the turnovers killed them, 4 in total, but he praised the defense for keeping it close. He's right, no team wins with 4 turnovers, but how long can patience last? Eventually, the locker room speaks up, the fan base speaks up, and the front office feels it. You can sense it already. Longtime fans, new fans, men and women across Raider Nation all holding their breath when Geno drops back, waiting for disaster. That's not trust, that's fear, and only here do you get this straight-up, raw Raider Nation take, but it's real. And if the Geno frustration is heavy now, just wait, because when a rookie runs for 138 yards, scores 3 touchdowns, and still walks off with a loss, that frustration turns into something bigger. If there's a bright spot in this mess, it's Ashton Jeanty. The rookie had been questioned all season. 3 quiet games, whispers already starting that he was drafted too high for a running back. And then against Chicago, he broke out in a big way. 138 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 2 receiving, averaging 6.6 yards per carry. That's star-level stuff. When he turned it on, it looked like the entire game could flip. The defense was balling out, and Jeanty carried the offense on his back. Every broken tackle, every short catch turned into big yardage, had Raider Nation on its feet. You could see the talent clear as day. This kid can be elite. But football is cruel. You can have a career night and still be defined by the loss, and that's exactly what happened. Instead of headlines celebrating Ginty, his performance got buried under Gino's picks and that blocked kick. Brutal. After the game, Ginty himself admitted it didn't feel good. Definitely not a good feeling, he said. That shows maturity. He gets it. It's not about stats, it's about wins. And Raider Nation respects that. That's just win, baby running through his veins. And let's be honest, drafting a running back in the top 10 these days is rare. But Ginty showed why they bet on him. Speed, vision, toughness, and that natural ability to turn contact into yards. He looks ready to be one of the league's most dangerous weapons if he gets real support. And that's the painful part. We're watching a star emerge while the team wastes his breakout because the quarterback can't deliver. That eats at the fan base. Nobody wants to see a talent like this wasted in a losing cycle. Fans, old and new, already imagine what this offense could be if the QB situation was right. Ginty dominating and a passing game to back him up. Carroll himself admitted it stung to lose at home again. And the truth is, fans are already restless with Allegiant Stadium. If they can't even beat the Titans at home next, a team struggling badly, it'll be hard to keep fans showing up. And here's the kicker. If frustration is boiling already, wait until you hear how Raider Nation erupted after this loss. When we say Raider Nation doesn't take losses lightly, we mean it. The reaction after this Bears game was explosive. Fans who came into Allegiant already skeptical left fuming, some shouting, some just shaking their heads in disbelief, because it's not just losing, it's losing like this. Defense fighting, run game shining, and the QB throwing it all away. That crushes patience. The boos came early, right after Gino's first pick. Sure, the crowd lit up again when Crosby forced a turnover and Ginty scored, but the doubt never left. And every mistake added to the tension. Raider Nation knows effort when they see it, and they know when one guy is sinking the ship. And this time, the target is obvious. And it wasn't just inside the stadium. Online, in bars across Vegas, in watch parties back in Oakland and LA, the talk was the same. How much longer do we put up with this? Women, longtime fans who lived through the glory years, younger fans who just want competitiveness, everyone's tired of it. And when Raider Nation's patience runs dry, change usually follows. And here's the crazy part. The defense never quit. Crosby threw himself into every snap like it was the Super Bowl. The D-line kept pressure, forced mistakes, but how can you keep believing if the offense keeps giving the ball back? Raider Nation saw it, and they voiced it. Honestly, I've never seen Allegiant split like that, half cheering Ginty, half drowning in frustration with Gino. And then when that final field goal got blocked, the place erupted. First shock, silence, then an avalanche of boos. It was raw, it was real, and it was Raider Nation in full. Because this fan base doesn't accept excuses, doesn't accept mediocrity. Passion here comes with a price. And when the team doesn't deliver, the fans bring the heat. That's what marked this loss. It wasn't just on the field, it was in the voice of everyone carrying that shield in their heart. And if the pressure is already suffocating inside the locker room, outside it just turned into a tsunami. And stick with me because this all ties into one truth. You'll see why the words "just win, baby" have never felt more real than they do right now. What we saw was the clear picture of this team. A warrior defense, a rookie breaking out, fans pouring their hearts out, but everything drowning under the quarterback's inconsistency. The loss to the Bears wasn't just another stumble, it was a warning shot. Patience is wearing thin, and the locker room feels it too. Raider Nation showed they won't accept excuses anymore. Just win, baby isn't just a slogan, it's a demand. Drop your comments below. This space belongs to every single one of you living Raider Nation. And remember, just when you think you've seen it all, something new always pops up. Stick around for the next one.